Today we will prepare a delicious yakimeshi. Known in some regions as a Lancy yakimeshi.
This dish has its origins in China, but over time it was adapted by Japanese cuisine. As an interesting fact,
we can mention that in Japanese meshi means rice and yaki fried. So yakimeshi literally means fried rice.
Depending on the Asian region, the yakimeshi will have different ingredients. But in this case, we will do it in the Japanese style.
Alright, let's see the ingredients we will need to the recipe.
We are going to need
1 cup of rice, 20 grams of shrimp, 100 grams of chicken breast, 100 grams of beef medallion, 1 egg, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 coconut oil, 50 ml soy sauce, 2 cambray onions, 1 ginger, 1 bay pepper, 2 zucchini, and 2 carrots.
Before cooking, let's mention the rules of this kitchen. It's not necessary for you to follow them exactly, but you should consider them to avoid accidents. Let's go! 1. We must use the appropriate clothing such as a prom to avoid getting dirty, and collect our hair if it's very long to avoid accidents or that some hair falls in the food.
2. Get rid of any accessories, especially those that we use on our hands, such as rings and bracelets.
3. Wash your hands very well before handling food.
4. Disinfect the food that require it, such as fruits, vegetables, etc.
5. Follow the chef instruction so that the final result is perfect.
6. Keep your work area clean.
7. Wear closed shoes.
8. Remember not to do other types of activities while cooking.
And finally, to fully enjoy the incredible experience that cooking offers.
Okay, it's important to remember that, as any procedure, certain steps must be followed. It's not only pouring everything into a pot and that's it. We must follow an order to do things well.
First, we have to make the white rice. To do this, we put a cup of rice in a bowl and fill it with water. It's meant to be completely submerged. We let this rest for 10 minutes. Some people microwave it for a minute, but you don't have to do.
Once the 10 minutes has passed, we drain it and let it dry.
Here, for timing reason, we already have our rice clean and dried. What else is next?
Alright, it's time to get ready. In a large pot, add 1/4 cup of oil, the one of your preference, and let it heat up a little.
Once it warmed up, we add our completely dry rice and begin to stir. Before adding water, we let it fry a bit.
How much water should we add?
It is generally said that for each cup of rice, 2 cups of water should be added, but I recommend adding only a cup of half of water to avoid making the rice soggy.
Okay, the rice is already made. We are going to leave it on low heat for 15 minutes. If after that time is still not ready, we'll leave it for 5 more minutes. It's important to be checking the rice from time to time to prevent drying out. If this happens, don't worry, we just add a little more water.
It's rare that we lack water on limited items, so that we go over it and remain soggy.
Exactly. When we miss rice for the vegetables, it could be like pasta if it is very wet, so better add only a cup and half of water.
Chef Ale, how much salt do we add to the rice?
No, we shouldn't add salt. Little with the soy sauce, we will give it flavor.
Remember not to add any salt to the rice.
That's right. While the rice cooks, let's chop the vegetables. These should be a small cubes to be able to enjoy them better.
Only peel the carrot. The zucchini can be left with the skin.
But at home, remember to wash the vegetable well to avoid infection.
How many carrots should we chop?
Only 2. In case you're too small, you can add 1 more.
And how many onions did it take?
Only 2. To avoid oversaturating the yakimeshi with vegetables.
The chambray onion has 3 parts, the white, the light green, and the strong green, and each part has its own flavor. Then, we will fry the white part together with the garlic. The light green part we will add together with the vegetables. And finally, the green part we will put in large pieces together with the proteins.
Very well. Once we have the finely chopped vegetable, we put the head under a considerably wide frying pan. Then we add 1/4 of oil and let it heat a little. Once heated, we pour our onion and chopped garlic.
Brighter? That's how it is. We wait time to turn brown and add our vegetables. Still here. While the vegetables I fried, we will take 5 minutes to cook all the proteins.
Chris, could you remind our audience how many proteins we need?
Of course, we need 70 grams of shrimp, 100 grams of chicken, and 100 grams of beef medallion.
Hey, about how many people does this dish make for?
With this amount, it works perfectly for a family of 4. If you need to make more, you simply double the amount of ingredients.
Oh, okay.
For all the people who may be overwhelmed by the term medallion, it's important to mention that this is considered a fine cut, so it's maybe expensive, but you can replace it for another cut. If we are doing meated yakimeshi, you can't forget the beef.
How are those vegetables, Chris?
Alright, it looks delicious.
Notice how the color of the vegetable changed? That tells us that it's the time to add the proteins. Also remember to add the chambray onion leeks.
Once the proteins also change color, right in the middle of the pan, we have to add our egg.
How many eggs?
We will only use 1 in this case. The egg is used only to give body to the preparation, but it's to taste. On top of the egg, we grate the ginger to give a spicy flavor. If you find the flavor or ginger too strong, you can omit it. We can keep string.
It's time to check the rice. It's not fluffy and just right.
Do we have to add to the pan?
That's how it is. It's time to remove the rice from the heat and let it cool down a bit. Now we carefully begin to add the rice to the vegetables and proteins. We only added. They don't have to integrate the ingredients yet because we run the risk of it being doughy.
We just add the soy juice. Could you pass the bottle with me, please?
Of course. How much do we add?
Only 50 milliliters. Check if the soy is pure or reduced. If it's pure, add a little less, and if we start to remove. The movements must be smooth and delicate, but at the same time continuous, to integrate all our ingredients without spoiling out the rice.
We stir a little and let it rest for 5 minutes so that the soy is consumed and the flavor meet, and that's it.
It's amazing how easy this dish is to make.
Or yakimeshi in a 2-plate and
Bon appetit!
Let's try it because the truth is that it looks very good.
Not to show off, but it was delicious.
We can serve the dish simple like this, or we can accompany it with someone avocado or little tampico sauce that is made with carved meat as you prefer.
Very good. There you have it, a typical dish of Oriental cuisine in less than 1 hour.
Remember that this yakimeshi is mixed, but you can make it however you want. You can add just beef or pork,
Or even add broccoli, cauliflower, and a few other vegetables and make meat-free vegetarian yakimeshi.
That's right. There is no excuse not to prepare this delicious dish.
We mentioned what to do if the rice is dry, but what happens if we get pasty?
If this happens to you, when it's almost done, add a slice of white bread like the one used in sandwiches.
it will absorb all the extra liquid and your rice will be perfect.
Well, that will be it for today. Thank you for joining us in this episode.
Remember to stay safe, wear a mask when you go out, and wash your hands